Have you ever wondered what a dog, cat, horse, or other animal was thinking and feeling? Is there a universal language for communication between all species? Hello, bright viewers, and welcome to Animal World, Our Co-Inhabitants, as we continue with our occasional series spotlighting animal telepathic communicators from around the world. Today, we present part 2 of a two-part series featuring Ms. Penelope Smith of Arizona, USA. During her 30 years as a professional interspecies telepathic communicator, she has counseled thousands of animals, taught courses on animal telepathic communications, and written several books on the subject, including Animal Talks, Animal Healing Power, and Animals in Spirit. She is the editor of a quarterly journal called Species Link that is dedicated to the field of human-animal communications. Penelope Smith has attracted the attention of the media, and there have been quite a few newspaper and magazine pieces written regarding her abilities. She has appeared many times on radio and television as well. To begin, Ms. Smith describes what telepathy entails.
Telepathy, it comes from tele and pathy. Tele is the distance, and pathy is feeling. So feeling across a distance is how I describe it. When people start to discover how to be quiet again, people learn how to focus, get quiet, regard their fellow animals as intelligent beings, and then learn how to both give communication clearly and how to receive through all their extended senses, to be able to feel what the animal feels and how they're seeing the world. It isn't this vast distance that separates from animals. We're just fellow beings in different suits.
Ms. Smith has taught many people the animal telepathic techniques that she has discovered. Once we learn these methods, our animal companions can begin to tell us many things.
So I love teaching people how to communicate with animals because the changes I see in people are phenomenal. Just phenomenal. Also, the animals are really good at teaching through mirroring. They'll show you by their dysfunctions what your dysfunctions are, especially our animals who live so closely with us. They'll also show you your highlights too, your beauty and
mirroring
your truth
and
your spirituality, the beauty of who you are. So they do it all. They're great teachers.
What about communication within the animal kingdom? For example, can dogs talk with cats, birds, and other animals?
Telepathy is like the universal language. They have their own intricate languages. Every species has their own language. Scientists are finding vast complexity in the languages of animals. And then the universal language is telepathic communication. So they communicate by intention, they give their feelings, their images, etc. Now, just like everybody else in the physical, we follow our species language first. They'll communicate as a dog, we communicate as humans, birds will communicate as birds, but behind it is telepathy, the language of feeling, of the heart, of the mind. It's all together.
Ms. Smith recently returned from the Dominican Republic, where she spent many precious hours with humpback whales. During her stay, she learned about their essential role on Earth.
The whales are our evolutionary leaders. So they're completely aware and completely compassionate about the human condition and our existence and our struggle with our minds and also our ignorance, the things we do out of ignorance. And to be with the whales is like being with the greatest incarnation of the divine on this planet. They hold the greatest love. They're just astounding. Here are these beings who are as big as my house, as long as my house, 50, 80-ton beings, and you're in the water with them. We get to go in the water with them, eye to eye. They just unite with you. It's like a transmission. It's an immersion in the divine love. You're in the water with them. and they transmit this incredible energy. We had encounters for hours with mother, baby, and escort whales.
Nancy Windhart, one of Penelope Smith's students, also visited with these whales.
It's an incredible experience that really is beyond words. The feeling of being in the water and just surrounded by this transmission of love and divine energy and support for the human journey. That's what touches me so much about being with them, is this amazing sense of benevolence and understanding for the struggles that we go through as humans, and their willingness to help us and to assist us on the path. It's like nothing else I've ever experienced.
We spend a lot of time singing and chanting with them. They're doing tremendous work out there. Thousands of whales gather in their breeding and mating ground, and really they're channeling energy into the planet. And they're doing prayer circles. We've been invited into prayer circles, and the whales will take us round and round in a circle.
When we return, we will learn about more of Penelope Smith's loving experiences of connecting inside with animals. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to Animal World, Our Co-Inhabitants, as we continue our engaging interview with Ms. Penelope Smith of Arizona, USA. Ms. Smith has been a professional interspecies telepathic communicator for over 30 years and is the author of several books on the subject. Here, Ms. Smith relates how our animal friends have conveyed to her their serious concerns regarding the many environmental issues facing our planet.
Years ago, I came home from a talk by a local naturalist who was talking about, because we were in a drought at the time, how the native people sprayed for rain. And I went home and there was a little tree frog on my doorstep pointing toward the door. So if I opened the door, he would have jumped right in. So I picked him up. I was going to take him to the bushes, and he wouldn't leave my hand. So I said, okay, you don't want to leave. What do you want to communicate to me? And he turned around and looked directly at me, and he said, we need pure water. We need clean air. And I could feel him speaking for all the amphibians, all the frogs, all the salamanders, all the water creatures who were between water and land all over the world, who, as scientists have noted, are disappearing. And I said that I would continue to tell his message. I put in my books, I tell it at my lectures. And I could feel the networks of beings all over the planet. I've gotten this from crows, I've gotten it from other birds, I've gotten it from many different animals. We are aware of what's happening. We'll say, you need to awaken, you need to realize we're all part of this. They also recognize that we're all souls, and we need to have compassion for each other in our journeys. And part of that is recognizing that we all live in the same ecosystem.
Ms. Smith encourages arranging the outdoor space we may have as part of our homes, such as a backyard, to benefit our animal friends.
One of the things we can do as human caretakers on the earth is to provide good spaces in our own yards. So here you have all the native plants that they need for both their shelter and their food, and then I provided a nice little nest box that's particularly designed for this size bird, finches or wrens. And so there's a lot of happiness when the babies come out. This is so universal. When babies come out, it's just, wow, just incredible. So I'm very grateful when they decide that it's safe and it's right to nest.
There there is some exciting news that Penelope Smith has recently learned from our feathered friends.
Oh, and I do want to say about the birds, we had an incredible time this winter. Wherever I went, birds were singing. It was a phenomenon. In the middle of winter, the birds would be singing like it was spring. So I asked them, what are you singing about? And they said, a new day is dawning. Humans are awakening. A new day is dawning. Then after the election of the new President Obama, right outside the window, a robin in winter started singing and singing and singing. And it was the same message. A new era is here. So the animals are very aware of the awakening of humankind, that so many more people are turning to recognize their own spirituality and the spirituality of all of life.
Can our animal friends help us with our spiritual awakening? Nancy Windhart shares with us what she has discovered.
What I've learned is that the animals can give us one of the most direct routes to really rediscovering who we are. And if we just listen to them and allow them to help us and allow them to teach us, it can open worlds to us that may not be available in other ways. They're around us everywhere we go, even if we don't live with them in our houses. The birds are here and they're everywhere. And so to just walk in a way where we're open and to listen to them can create more transformation both on an individual level and for the planet than pretty much anything else.
We asked Penelope Smith what her dream is for the future of animals and humans in terms of coexistence.
That there will be a day when all beings will communicate with each other. We will be able to live in a different way. Right now, the physical universe is the way we live. And so I see that we are evolving both spiritually and physically to the place where we'll be able to share energy without the suffering. And I feel we are evolving that way. And as we treat each other with more and more compassion, we are in that next level of evolution.
Our gratitude goes to Ms. Penelope Smith, Ms. Nancy Windhart, and other telepathic animal communicators for sharing their vast and beautiful communication experiences with animals with our viewers and the public. As we learn to more deeply understand our animal co-inhabitants, may we all live together in ever greater harmony. Thank you for joining us for this edition of Animal World, Our Co-Inhabitants. Enlightening entertainment is next, after noteworthy news, here on Supreme Master Television. May your life be filled with everlasting peace.
For more details, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/AW.